Welcome, everyone, to the Chuck Graham Show. Hey, look, I got some things I want to get into today, and one of the things is Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney and this January 6th commission is nothing but a farce. A fucking farce. Excuse the expression. No, don't excuse the expression. The point being is this. You got Hutchinson that's up there testifying that she heard from, I heard from a person that heard from a person, and this Secret Service agent told me that Trump grabbed the wheel and that he was in the Beast, which is the limousine for the president, and he choked the Secret Service agent. Now, this committee puts all this shit out without verifying one thing. Turns out, he wasn't in the Beast. He was in an SUV. Also turns out that even if he was in the Beast, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have the schematics for the build of the Beast, but I think there's a bulletproof glass in between the driver and the president. And if that's correct, then unless he's Doctor Strange, that shit's not going to happen. Liz Cheney and every single one of those committee members, and you heard it here from me first, every single one of them should be sued for libel slander. Libel if they write it, and they have, and slander when they say it. The point being is this. They have no right whatsoever to take and smear a citizen of the United States like they're doing. All with no cross-examination, all with no evidence presented by the other side, not being able to question any of the witnesses that they had. All of this for what? To smear Donald Trump. Those committee members are pathetic, and every one of them ought to be sued. I'm talking about sue their ass into bankruptcy, and the federal court should step in. They should step in and remove the immunity from this committee and its members. Right now, they have immunity and say whatever the hell they want to say on the floor. Even lies. Even when Adam Schiff lied and did an atrocious paraphrase of Trump, right? Even when he did that, you couldn't sue him. Why? Because he's got immunity. He can say whatever he wants to on the floor. That's what people need to understand. These fuckers, and that's what they are, fuckers. They have immunity from any liability for what they say. Hutchinson's doesn't. If it turns out that she's actually lying, which I'm 99.9% sure that she is lying, then she needs to go to jail. And even if they wait until this administration is gone and then charge her ass under another administration, that fucker needs to go to jail. Enough is enough, people. We've heard this shit before. It was Russian collusion at one point. It was Hillary that paid for the dossier. We know that. Nobody's reporting on that anymore. You got John Durham that's investigating the hell out of everything going on and indicting people, but he's never going to get a conviction in D.C. because of the liberal judges that are activists. You got January 6 members that did the same thing that Colbert's idiots did under the same charges, have been held without bail. Every judge that held these people without bail should be, once the Republicans take office, they should impeach those judges and remove their ass from the bench. They are not worth a shit. You don't hold somebody. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. You set a bail. If they can't meet it, they sit there. But you don't hold them without bail for trespassing. And the only body that died, and let's be very fucking clear, the only body that died on January 6th was Ashley Babbitt, murdered by Lieutenant Michael Byrd. That's never been charged with crap. You turn that around and let that been a BLM member or a black person and a white cop, his ass would have already been charged, convicted, and spending the rest of his life in jail. It's a double standard, and the shit needs to stop. This January 6th committee is a farce. That's it. That's what it is. It's a farce. And it needs to be dismantled, or at least pull their immunity. In this particular unique incident where they are slamming a United States citizen And they've done it over and over. They impeached him on a phone call and other things that turns out to be a lie. The Russian collusion turned out to be a lie. He got impeached on that, was found not guilty in the Senate. And then they impeached him again for January 6th. Got found not guilty for that. So when they couldn't get him on anything else, they assembled this committee, this bullshit committee, that you can't have cross-examinations, you can't produce witnesses. They produce selective evidence that only meets their narrative. When in God's name has that ever happened? McCarthyism. This is nothing but this shit happens in third worlds. This don't happen in America. This is the first time it's ever happened. Just like it was the first time that there was a leak for Roe v. Wade, which congratulations, Supreme Court, for overturning something that should have been overturned years ago, putting the powers back to the states. The bottom line is this. It's a constant battle with these fuckers. And Republicans, you rhinos like Lindsey Graham, you better get off your ass because we're replacing you. Enough is enough. We're going to vote your ass out of office. We're going to take back the House and the Senate. And when that happens, there needs to be, and I'm telling you right now, there needs to be impeachments, expulsions. When Maxine Waters and AOC is calling for insurrection or violence in the street, they need to be expelled. They need to be expelled. Expel their ass from Congresses, take their committee seats away from them, and get them off there. Maxine Waters, totally separate issue, was asking about student loan debt. What is the banks going to do about it? Remember that? And Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan Chase said, well, y'all took that away from us and y'all handle student loans now. So government controlled. The banks don't have anything to do with it anymore. And she's head of the finance committee. Really? She's dumb as a sack of hammers. I've never seen a country with such dumbasses. There's two genders, male, female. Just to recap, male, female. That's it. That's how dumb this country's got, that we entertain the thoughts of psychologically inept people like our health secretary. And then you want to have a ministry of truth. I said that to a friend of mine who happens to be an attorney, and he said, you're lying, right? And I said, nope, ministry of truth. And same people want you to believe that old Levine is not a dude. I digress. My point being is this committee needs to be absolutely dismantled. They need to be sued. They're dragging a citizen through the coals on lies that they know is lies. The federal court should step in, remove their immunity just in this particular incident. And they need to sue their ass into bankruptcy. Unfortunately, you can't discharge damages. So good luck with that. The point being is this, or most damages. The point being is this, there needs to be accountability, and you don't do people this way. You don't drag people. You don't hold them without bail. I know when I used to be a cop, I used to serve a bunch of warrants. Did I care? And I charged quite a few people. Did I care if the judge let them out on bail? I didn't give two shits what the judge did or what bail was set. Why? You have due process in this country. You are entitled to due process. If you have the funds or whatever, you're letting murderers and robbers and rapists and shit like that out in New York in droves with no bail, but you're going to hold trespassers? Are you kidding me, you fucking idiot judges? Are you kidding me? But to be honest, you couldn't have melted and poured my ass over there in D.C. I told my wife, I said, this is not good. This is a setup. I said, this is a setup. I said, you're going to have Antifa that's going to be pretending to be Trump supporters, and they're going to start something. I can just feel it. And, yep, that's what happened. Just like I told my wife, 2 years ago, I said, this is not going to be good when they start giving money away like this. They're going to, the inflation is going to hit. And she laughed. And I said, I tell you what, when you start having to pay, and I was exaggerating, $10 for a loaf of bread, just wait. Have you been to the grocery store lately? I mean, I'll give you an example as far as a whole ribeye. Used to be $120 at Sam's, $299. That ain't 8% inflation, folks. That's almost 100% inflation. This is 1970s days with gas lines. This inept administration needs to go. And we got to get them out of office. And all the rhino Republicans, you've got people right now being put in place. And I don't know this for a fact, but I can guarantee you, and we had it in our state with Cassidy. I voted for Guest. We had it in the same thing. I don't believe that man was a fucking Republican no more than I believe that I could be a stripper. The point being is this. They got people out there that's running as Republicans that are not Republicans. So that's all I'm going to say with that. Folks, y'all have a nice morning, nice day, and stay vigilant, stock up, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. But that committee needs to be dismantled. Talk to you guys later.